Today we're gonna be power scaling season 1 Nick. But you're probably wondering, okay, how strong is season 1 Nick? Season 1 Nick, at the start of season 1, is the same little black baby form. From age 6 months old to 6 years old, he didn't train and only refined his martial arts skills. Now for his feats. Strength feat. Now for his feats. So he fought against a guy named Tribunal, who was literally a demon who took over an entire section of the multiverse single-handedly. Nick one-shotted him in their first encounter. Like, one shot. No diff. But when Tribunal went into his second form, his true form, Nick got completely destroyed. They were somewhat evenly matched until Tribunal landed his Black Flash, which left Nick on the verge of death. And before he could finish off Nick got saved by his friends, and Nick was able to get a Zenkai boost. Then Nick fought against the Ice Emperor demon, and their fight was quick. Nick was getting pushed because of his ice powers, but Nick defeated him by accessing Harbinger of Chaos for a split second and landing a double Black Flash, landing 2 Black Flashes at the exact same time, which allowed him to basically obliterate Ice Emperor's head, killing him. After that, Nick has a feat against a baby demon who transforms into a baby, but Nick is able to vibrate his molecules so fast he's able to reverse the transformation. And then Nick's next feat in season 1 is that when Nick paraded into the demon world, Nick went 1-for-1 against the Tribunal in his full power, and Nick two-shotted him. First crushed his skull, and then punched him right through the chest, getting out his organs and then using them to rip off his neck. Yeah, Nick's pretty brutal when he wants to be, or when he always is. 6 years old, by the way. After this, Nick fought against the Demon King in the demon world. Nick and him were relative, with the Demon King even landing some good hits on Nick. But Nick eventually left the demon world. By the way, to enter the demon world, Nick needed to withstand the entire energy of the entire multiverse, and Nick withstood it effortlessly. After that, Nick battled against the Demon King again, but when the Demon King entered our world, him walking literally created shockwaves that were destroying the multiverse, literally cracking it open. And Nick had to beat this guy. Nick and him were evenly matched, with Nick actually being able to push him around in their fight. But then the Demon King went into his true form, and then Nick needed to access Harbinger of Chaos to beat him, and they were evenly matched, with Nick actually even beating him with 2 black by using the triple Black Flash, which is a move where he hits you 3 times at the exact same time, and all 3 attacks were Black Flashes. But even that didn't kill the Demon King, as the Demon King used his hacks to beat Nick, and as Nick wasn't that much massively stronger than him, Nick couldn't bypass the hacks. Nick needed his entire friends. Nick needed his friends to defeat the Demon King, and then Nick's next feat is against none other than David, Nick's true first villain with his friends. David, in his base form, is needed to transcend dimensionality. You know what that means? He's a reversal. Nick, in Harbinger of Chaos, not only was going the 1-for-1s with David, but was actually beating him in their fight. And Nick even disrespected him, saying, "Whoa, you're a couple trillion years old and you're losing to a 6-year-old? Come on, you're not that weak, are ya?" And Nick eventually defeated him with the triple Black Flash. Before David went into his true form, and Nick had to fight that. Nick needed the help of his friends to beat his true form, yada yada yada. So by the end of season 1, Nick is out of reversal with immeasurable